This is Mark Shimolinski with GFL. I am here with Andre Sinou, the team captain of the USA Knights, who is also a United States Marine Corps.
That's right, United States Marine Corps. I'm a Chief Warrant Officer 4. When we started this organization, we wanted to build a culture. A lot of that culture, the background, comes from our experience, my experience with the Marine Corps and how we do things in the Marine Corps, and everything's family-oriented. We're always looking out for each other's backs. The family and the organization is a tight-knit group, and we spend a lot of time with each other, and it's the national team. So you think about it, you know, we're spread all over the nation, and I've got great friends in Idaho and Washington State and California, and you know, and every state in the United States is involved.
Let's talk about the actual combat now. Bell has rung, flags have risen, the horns have sounded. It's brutal. It's not really for the faint of heart on the cuff.
I mean, if you're a fan of football or hockey or MMA, you're going to love what we're doing. It's sort of like MMA, but we're using weapons. The weapons aren't sharp, so nobody's dying out here, but they're full force, full contact, real steel weapons. You're going to see sparks flying off of people's head as they get hit in the back of the head with an axe. And there's no huge worry of injury. I mean, the hits are hard. Guys are going to get some bruises by the end of the day, but the armor standards are extremely high, and you're not going to see anybody with any major injuries.
What have you done to make sure that safety is number one?
Well, we have the highest safety standards in the sport. Jay Brooks wrote all the weapon rules, the armor specs, and even the rules for the game for the United States. For example, if you go to Europe, they'll use a 14-gauge helm. And if you know anything about gauge, it's not a real thick material. I could crush a 14-gauge helm with my hands. We use 12-gauge, 11-gauge. We use stainless steel, which is a lot stronger than mild steel. So, and we're using some space-age materials too. We're using spring stainless. So, you know, we can't use titanium. The rules say we have to stay with steel. But there's so many different steels to choose from. There's spring steels, and you know, it keeps the armor light and it keeps it strong.
What's the name of this event, Andre?
This is the Armored Combat League National Tournament.
Explain to us the national tournament. Is there a regional tournament? Explain the way your whole organization is laid out in an annual basis.
Sure. So the country is broken up into different regions. They're just small chunks of the country. For example, we're in the Atlantic region. The Atlantic region goes basically from New York City all the way down to North Carolina, and then we start another region. So there'll be a regional tournament, all the different chapters. So, for example, Philadelphia Rhinos will fight against the New York Sentinels. And they'll see who the best fighters are from that group, and they'll take all their best fighters and make their all-star team. That's the Atlantic First Swords. That's the name of their team, and you're going to see them fight today. Now, once you have your regionals, you go to a conference-level championship. The conference level is everybody east of the Mississippi and is on one conference. Everybody west of the Mississippi is in another conference. You'll have a conference championship. They'll have all those regional teams fight against each other to find who the best regional team is. It's another chance for us to see who the best players are. Then they'll come to the national team, the national tournament. All the best top players from each region will take their all-star teams and compete against each other here at the national tournament. Then it's go home, rinse and repeat. They go back to their regionals, they have a conference level, they'll have a second national tournament. That'll happen in the spring, and that's where I will pick our national team, the USA Knights, and we'll go overseas and fight against other national teams from all over the world.
You can't pick up the registry form at Dick's Sporting Goods. You can't pick up a broad axe at Dick's Sporting Goods or Sports Authority. Somebody wants to get into this, Andre, how do they do it?
Well, if you want to get into the Armored Combat League, there's chapters starting in every major city in the United States has a chapter, and there are chapters popping up all over the place. Even if you wanted to start your own chapter, you only need 3 people to start your chapter. If you want to get some more information, you can go to usaKnights.org or theknightshall.com. If you need armor for the sport, you can go to icefalconarmory.com. And we're looking for the best people in the United States to represent the United States. So if you're a football player, you're a hockey player, you're a wrestler, you know, you're an MMA guy, we need you. We want you to wear red, white, and blue, just like I'm wearing, represent the United States of America. And it's open to men and women.
Well, there you have it. the Armored Combat League. If you got it, bring it.